What is going on, guys? Well, we've got the GSXR 1000 now sporting that G2 ergonomics Tamer throttle. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this bike out, little bit of a different style of a ride-along video. Not really going to be railing on it. What I want to do is I want to talk you guys through how this throttle differs from the stock throttle and when it makes a difference, when you can really notice where this throttle makes the throttle input and the power output more consistent and a bit more manageable. Sound check. Ah, love that M4. Okay, here we go. So, why a G2 Throttle Tamer when this motorcycle already has a tune? Doesn't the tune take care of that? Well, yeah, it does. If by take care you mean changes it. Look, yeah, it can, but not everybody's taste is the same when it comes to how that throttle actuation works, right? So right here, just as we're rolling onto the throttle, nice easy throttle input. Coming into carousel, not really railing on it. Big bump right there. Now right there, this throttle input, that minor throttle input on exit and on maintenance throttle. So right here on the side of the tire, dropping her in a little bit, just as we're powering. Now we go. Just like that. Very smooth throttle. And what we're looking for, guys, is we're not looking to just slam power to the ground. That's not good. That upsets the tires, gets the whole bike a little bit upset. What you want to do is you want to have throttle application that is smooth, controllable, and predictable. And so what was happening with that Two-wheel Dyno Works tune, again, the bike makes a ton of power, but it's these slight, just like that, slight inputs in the throttle that would translate into big power outputs with that other throttle tuning. Give an example, we're just kind of buzzing along here, and the way that that other throttle was mapped, just tipping in a little bit was equivalent to tipping in quite a bit. Now, there's a reason for that. If on a track, you've got the bike on the side of the tire, you're looking through the corner, you see your exit, just as that bike is coming up, you're rolling into that throttle nice and hard. If you're on slicks, on a surface that is nice and smooth, not a lot of undulations, clean, not a lot of dust or whatever, then yeah, having an aggressive throttle is good because it allows minimal effort twisting that throttle to get you powered out of that corner. But we're not on a track, we're not on slicks, and even when we're running at a very aggressive street pace, you're still running on surfaces that are not ideal. And so to have that aggressive of a throttle isn't always welcome. So here we're going to get her on the side of the tire again. I also want to illustrate right here on maintenance throttle again how just smooth it is. Power on exit. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for that smooth power application on corner exit. Not a situation where you're rolling into that throttle and you get a heavy hit of torque. This bike runs good. Oh, but see, that's why a modification like this it needs to be remembered. It's easy to forget that you can, with some of these motorcycles, mechanically change the attitude of that throttle. Now, conversely, with the GSXR 750, its throttle throw was very long, unnecessarily long. But with a G2 throttle or G2 quick throttle, it reduced the amount of effort. This one makes the throttle more intuitive, the way that I feel a throttle. And oddly enough, now they're both almost identical with the amount of twist that you would give that throttle per percentage of throttle output, or power output, I should say. Good Lord. Alright, let's go ahead and get her on the side of the tire. Getting ahead of myself here. So power on. Feels nice on the brakes. Nice and easy dropping her in. We're not going to try to hammer it on this one too hard. Power. On the brakes. But see, right there, that is an area where having this type of a throttle is really nice, because guys, I've got so much power here. I don't need full throttle on corner exit. I mean, I can get close to it, but I don't need it. And what this allows is a chunk of power to be put down, but more linearly. And it's just a lot more intuitive the way that the bike feels as I'm rolling into the throttle and putting power to the ground. And then in lower speed, you know, just kind of going through the gears, it's a lot smoother. And so doing street activities, like just being a normal conveyance, it's so much smoother, and the power delivery is a lot less jerky. I also like that when it does come time to get after it, you know, if I get into full tug, go to wide open throttle, my body position with a little bit longer throttle pull, and just, you know, cruising down the highway here, if I roll into the throttle, I don't get this big hit when I'm not tucked in and ready to get after it. And that, oddly enough, was one of the main reasons why I decided to do this modification. I would find myself, you know, let's say we're just kind of humming along, traffic, whatever, you gotta roll into the throttle, and the bike would actually just get into a little bit of a head shake, because this amount of throttle was kind of like going that amount of throttle. So just a slight amount of input was yielding a disproportionate amount of output. So enter the Throttle Tamer to the chat, and yeah, way nicer. Less frantic feeling, less aggressive for no reason feeling. Yeah, all the way around, it's made this bike a lot nicer to ride. And throughout this whole process, in a way, having that overly aggressive throttle mapping kind of helped me with some fork tuning that I needed to get squared away. So it made me realize that I might have been a little overly aggressive with my fork's rebound setting, which is how the fork controls the front wheel and front everything, just dropping down when you are under acceleration. So I softened that up a little bit. got a little bit more, about an eighth of a turn more of compression dampening. And man, this bike feels so good now. I mean, it is so sweet to ride. I'll put it to you like this, guys. It transformed the bike enough to where, look, y'all know how much I love my GSXR 750s. And I've always really liked my 1000. And there is no replacement for displacement when it comes to outright power and going fast. But being fun, just being a fun motorcycle, this bike never really was fun. Not like a GSXR 750, but now with the throttle that is more intuitive, I gotta say, this bike now, it takes on a little bit different attitude. So, look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that my Throttle 2 made my bike more fun. No, it's not like that. But because everything is a bit less frantic and more predictable, it's doing what I want it to do when I want it to do it in terms of power output. And I'm not having to play, you know, this weird game of management like I was before. But right here, see? And then on exit, we can still do little power wheelies right there, but the idea is that as I'm rolling into the throttle, it is so smooth. And I can put the power down so well. So it absolutely gave this motorcycle a completely different complexion that I am very, very, very thankful for. What a fun bike now. So much easier to ride. Easier to put the power down. I don't know. I can't really say anything else. I mean, I'm very thankful, very happy with how this turned out. And if you've got one of these bikes, look, it's an easy installation. If you find yourself being a little bit not all that happy with how aggressive that throttle can be, it's super easy to swap out. I'd say go for it. It's money well spent. But with that, guys, if you made it this far into the video, please consider smashing that subscribe button. Helps me out a ton. But I'm going to check out. Thanks for stopping by.